So this one is first just in general about writing, thinking, and learning, the relationship between those three. So in the big picture, how does learning fit in with thinking and writing? What is learning about? And then writing as a way of learning. There's 2 slides on this coming up. You need group work because writing is necessarily social. And then there's this thing around critique. What is critique versus what is criticism? And critique is meant to be helpful, and criticism not necessarily. So critique is being useful, and critique will have a very structured way of speaking, whereas criticism we associate with kind of no rules of engagement and not a safe situation. So critique is safe, and criticism is not necessarily safe. In this course, we want to do critique. And the idea that thinking for a lot of us is associated with speaking first, that speaking kind of comes before writing. Certainly in our development as people it does. So let's see. All right, so here's the wheel of experience. This is actually from the educational psychologist Kolb, K-O-L-B, and the experiential learning cycle. And it's actually very almost identical as the traditional indigenous medicine wheel teaching. So starting anywhere on the cycle, let's start here. Let's start with the new understanding here at the bottom. We've just learned something. We have a belief. Now we're going to try something over here. Then, because of trying something, we're going to get feedback. Then we're going to think about that. And then we'll have a new belief because we are incorporating the experience that we just had. Like the child thinks the stove is something they can touch. It looks like a couch. So therefore, a squarish thing, you can touch it. So the child touches the stove. The feedback is, ouch, it's actually hot, it hurts. The child thinks about it. Oh, the stove is a different category of square furniture, like things that I cannot touch, and so on. Now with writing being a similar process where we start with an idea, which is an expression of some understanding that we have. We write something, we publish it, and then we get feedback when people read it. They say, that was great, that sucked, whatever. I didn't understand this or that. We think about that, and we have a new understanding, a new idea, and we either write, or maybe it might be that we rewrite something that we rewrite the same thing to revise the same thing. That's possible. And this is a process of writing as learning, you could say. So just to notice about this personal social process, meaning it's partly ourself and partly other people involved. There's the internal voice becoming the external voice. Writing is like a dialogue with yourself. And then in actual writing, where there's publishing, the tussle with other people, the struggle, the conflicts of communication. And communication actually is all about resolving conflict.